There you go. Now, interesting, at the moment, she's put woman and duckling in a row. In a minute, she's going to self-correct. Why? What's going to happen in a minute? I don't need to do that with her, right? Least necessary support, because she's put nanny and then child, and she still hasn't clicked that woman and child would be connected. And but she will. Just watch.
Yeah.
Please don't put away cards in order. What a way to ruin a game. Okay.
I'm just wondering if this was helpful to have it printed.
It is?
Yeah.
I'm not following through that necessarily.
No,
this week.
God no. I'm having to go.
Yeah.
But when I get there, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh yeah. Because
Yeah,
I've read all this, it's like,
Yeah,
now it's making so much more sense.
Cool. Oh, look, she's self-corrected. Yeah. Pretty cool. Now, there's some words that she's never come across. Duckling, for example, she didn't know what bull and cow was, but worked it out quite easily. If not, rich conversation. Did you know that a calf has two meanings? It means the big flabby muscle at the back of your leg, and it also means baby cow. And when in this case, it'll mean baby cow because there's the context of looking at animals and looking at everything in nature. Yeah. Lots and lots of really rich, but can you see that we don't even hear the L, calf? All it does is make the A a little bit longer, because otherwise it'd be calf, right? But the L we don't hear. Are there any other words you know like that? Oh yes, half. Let's think about those words. They have come from another language. They have come from, the Vikings have given us this language where a lot of L's are put into the language. And sometimes in German you have a whole lot of L's, extra letters, that we get, and this is again a way of looking at language. Interest, by the way, excuse me, 20 years old, totally fascinated. And does the material help you get it right? Absolutely, it's internal structure, all of those things. Now, I would love to spend a week on each parts of this speech, but I just obviously can't. We have to accept that they're all there. Can you just read them out for the crew?
And so?
Yep.
So bull, cow, calf, duck, drake, duckling, which I hope is right. Man, woman, child.
Yeah, duck, drake, duckling, which one?
Is drake,
Which one?
is drake the
Thank you.
masculine? Man, woman, child. Cock, hen, chick. Stallion, mare, foal. Ram, ewe, lamb. Boar, sow, piglet. Sow, sorry. Billy, nanny, kid.
Now, you might not have known that a nanny was the female of goat,
Nah.
but a nanny goat or a billy goat.
Yeah.
Maybe a kid goat.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
And these are the sort of connections. Like, we're not saying all of these words are new, but in this format, we learn a little bit more about them. Yeah? Actually, a lot more about our world. Yeah?
What is this thing called? Does it have a particular
I'm just basically doing a noun study at the moment, and I've started off with a prepared environment or a miniature environment. Often you'll see a farmyard, but the problem with it is that kids use it as toys. And so we critique that. But I just laid them all out here, and I didn't know them very well, and you could see me keep looking, but there are 3 or 4 different types of pig, for example. So it's okay if I ask her to go and get the pig, she gets the wrong one, and you have to just change the one you want to get. And so after a while, you'd know your materials well enough. Guys, not brilliant, this set. Some of the animals are in proportion, but if I showed you that this was the hen, or the cock, and this was the horse, it's just not okay, all right? Yep, not all right. And also, these 2 pigs have got issues. Yeah, so we want to make sure that we're a little bit size appropriate. There's a lovely, I can't remember the name of them, but all of the animals are size appropriate. What is that? You go into a toy shop, they're really expensive models. Starts with S or something. Not German.
Are they the German ones?
Yes, I heard the name. Yes.
I've lived here for over 10 years, I don't know.
You'll see them in the shop next time you're there. You go, yeah, that was the 7th one about. All right, nouns here. This is a noun study. This is not a go out and write them study. However, if a child chose to write them, they can. Now, Janet, will you share to us the conversation we had about lines in the book, if people are interested?
It's a very painful concept.
For a change.
So Stephen suggested that the children shouldn't have books with lines, and they should only have one book presented how she was using it, without anything, so just white paper. And the reason for that is because the lines actually limit the children's, just actually limits the child to write. When they're younger, they do like to write bigger and they use more space. I guess the older they become, they actually write in smaller spaces. But then I've got one girl in the classroom, and she decided to draw her own lines, and she's really good at it. And every day, she uses quite big space, but she draws her lines first, and then she writes her story on it. And it's really beautiful. And I'm actually happy with it now after 2 terms. Took me a while. Yeah.
And talk about all the subjects in one book.
Yep. So before we had 4 or 5 exercise books in their tote trays, and now we have one. So it's more like a journal. We can see they can see what they're doing, and also we can see what we're doing.
It integrates the subjects. I mean, you're actually getting that visualisation and integration.
Yeah, it doesn't have
Every
to be
subject.
subjects.
Yeah, it's not all the
Almost true, only we don't integrate in Montessori because we don't differentiate to start with.
Yes.
That's the thing, is we don't say, but this is science and this is language. It's just, is this science or language? Everything is in there together. We don't need those artificial barriers. The other idea we just put in was the date stamp. Was that useful, do you think?
It's useful for the teacher,
Yeah,
in a
and the
way.
kids use it.
And the kids love it.
Yeah, they love
What's
it.
a day-to-day?
Yeah.
Get this thing going.
And it took a while to for the children not to want to have other books. Also, they often want paper, and we're encouraging them to do everything in their book, but I want paper to draw something on, so I can take it home for their parents.
So, can I encourage people not to have specialty books, please? We don't need all of that. It's just an overhead and admin, and it's just like, where's this book? I can't do any maths because I don't have a maths book.
And it separates the subjects as well.
It's separate.
So we're doing maths, so go get your math book.
Yeah. You don't need grid paper in maths. Actually, the American students say they don't use grid paper. In America, they don't have grid paper in mathematics. You don't need grid paper. You don't need any lines, actually, because you can, whenever you want to, you can draw a picture, and that's the power of it. It can become an all book. I don't know what you guys use. You tell them how many books.